Good morning and welcome to another English cold rainy Monday morning. I've got a lot to do today. I'm off over to near Winchester for my first load, and that's going down to Kingsbridge. Then I'm loading for Kingsbridge up to Crewe. First thing I do is hop out and do my daily checks. I always wonder whether to leave this bit in my video or not, as it is quite a boring bit of the day, but I know if I didn't put it in that somebody would accuse me of not doing my job properly. And apart from the wash being out of action at the weekend, everything looks good to me. I get back in the cab and pack a few odd bits away. Filled out my ticket book, and I also need to fill out my daily checks book as well. Right, that's that done. And I am ready now to go. I have a bit of a thing, make sure I have done everything and I've got everything. Right, time to go. I head out of the yard and down the lane towards Columpton, where I pick up the M5 going northbound. The mornings are definitely starting to get lighter, even if it is a little bit drizzly. I get off of the M5 at junction 25 for Taunton, but I head away from Taunton on the A358. I come across some slow traffic and some blue flashing lights. I'm not really sure what's happened here as I can't see anything, but at this time in the morning it's still quite quiet and it doesn't take me long to get through. At Ilminster I get onto the A303 and I will stay on the A303 most of the way there. This journey will take me around 2.25 hours and is just over 110 miles. As I get a bit closer, there starts to be a bit of a downpour. But luckily, as I arrive at the grain store, it starts to clear up, as I don't really want to be loading in the rain. As we load outside, and if the trailer gets wet, the grain can stick to the sides. These big silos either side of me are full of grain, and this place can hold thousands and thousands of tons of grain. I follow the one-way system around the grain store towards weighbridges. Here there is one weighbridge for empty lorries and one for loaded lorries. So I drive on to the empty lorry weighbridge. Right, we are here, so high vis, okay, ticket, and I will go and see somebody and hopefully they'll be able to tell me where I need to go to load. Right, so I have now gone in with my paperwork and I've been told to loop round and follow on from somebody who's tipping in like a grid, and I will load out of the spouts after him because he hasn't got much left. So there he is. So I am going to be loading out of that spout just above that grid there, and yeah, he has nearly finished. While he's finishing off, I just pop into the office and ask what the runoff is on the barley, which is basically how much grain is in the system when they press stop. So the runoff is 1 tonne, 800 kilos. So once I get close on my weigher, I'll give him a beep and he will stop it, hopefully, and I'll be the perfect weight. So I'm just going to take my sheet off and get into position. So I know that the spout is right over the grid. So what I'm going to do is position the front of my trailer over the grid. It should be about there. Yep, that'll do for filling the front up. Also going to do is put my PTO on. I'm going to lift my body up slightly so I can tell what weight I've got on. I can put on my onboard weigher and it will tell me exactly how much weight is being put on. I came here around a month ago and I got here for 7 AM and I was sat there till 8 o'clock. Until they opened. I thought they were going to open about 7, half 7, and they didn't. They opened at 8 o'clock. But today I got here at 7:45 and they were already open and people were already loading and tipping. So I'm guessing that sometimes they open earlier and sometimes they open later. I don't know. When it reaches 13 tonne, I am going to move forwards so that it fills at the back. I can carry 28 tonnes, so I'll put 20 6 tonnes front and back, and then I'll fill the last 2 tonnes up in the middle. So 13 tonnes, so I'm going to move right forwards now so that my back wheels are on the grid. While I'm here waiting and checking my weigher and my mirror to make sure it's not spilling up over the side, I'm just going to check where I am going next, and it's near Kingsbridge. It's not actually right down into Kingsbridge. I will give the farmer a ring when I get a bit closer. Trouble is, you can think that you know which is the right way in, but you don't actually ever know. You are better off speaking to the farmer, and especially around that Kingsbridge area, it is extremely tight. So now when it gets to 26, I need to move back into the middle, and I need to give a beep at 26,200. Hopefully that'll be right. Stop a bit short. So what it's done, it's stopped short of what I actually needed, hoping that I'll get at least 28 on the weighbridge. I pull round to the weighbridges, and this time I need the loaded weighbridge. But I do have to wait for a few minutes for the bridge to become empty. Right, let's go and find out what I weigh. I am about a tonne short, which is not great, so I'm just gonna go back under the same spout and just load an extra tonne, hopefully. I'm really hoping that they're able to put on as close to 1 tonne as they can. And it's looking good for me getting 28 tonnes on the trailer. On bulk work, loads get paid by the tonne, so it's really important to get your weight on. Then it's back onto the weighbridge, hoping that it's just right. Right. Go back and see if it's right now. So I've got my grain passport and my weighbridge ticket. So I'll fill that out in a minute, because this place is quite a busy place and there's bound to be somebody waiting behind me on the weighbridge in a minute. Off the weighbridge, I'm just going to give it a little shunt forwards, and then I can put my sheet on. The reason I didn't put my sheet on before I went on the weighbridge is because they sample it with a spear to make sure that what is being sent out is okay. It was definitely worthwhile me going back round to get that little bit extra, as I'm leaving here at the perfect weight. This road is quite difficult to get out onto, as people bomb up and down here really quickly. But lucky for me today, a lorry is waiting to get into the lane as I am trying to come out. He waits for me and gives me plenty of room to get out. I don't have to go far before I'm onto the slip road for the A303. This time I'm heading west, back the way I came. I also need some fuel at this point, so I pull into Way Hill, which is the next available services, that takes one of my fuel cards. One of the most frustrating things about buying diesel out on the road is that not every garage will take every fuel card, which can be difficult when you go to areas you don't know. Right, let's go and get a drop of fuel, and that should last me the day then. Filling up doesn't take long here, so it's not long before I'm heading back to the truck, having paid for the fuel. Now that I have fuel, I'm going to head as far as I can towards the farm at Kingsbridge. I'm not going to make it there before I have to have a break, but I can get as far as I can. I head back out onto the A303, and the trip from where I loaded to where I'm tipping on the farm will take about 3¼ hours, plus my breaks and fuel stop, and it's just over 150 miles. Quite close to the end of the 303 before it turns into the A30, there's quite a sharp bend. I quite often see 2 young lads truck spotting on this corner who call themselves corner catchers online, and they really do catch some really good videos on this corner, but unfortunately they are not there today. My time has now nearly run out, so I pull into a lay-by for a break. Right, that is me pulled in for a break and I have 7 minutes driving left on my 4.5 hours drive. While I'm making a bit of breakfast, some porridge in the microwave, I just wanted to tell you about my merch. And what we are going to do first is a pre-sale. So you go on an order, and the first orders, the people who take up the pre-sale offer will get a free gold sticker. And these are limited edition. You can only get these with the pre-sale. Just as a thank you to say that I'm very, very grateful that you've gone on to the pre-sale, you've trusted me and gone and bought my merch. I'll put the link to the website and the dates of the pre-sale in the description. So if you're watching this video in a few months' time, I'm really sorry about that, but I will be posting on my community page as well to let you know of the dates of the pre-sale. Just gonna ring the farmer.
Hello.
Hiya, it's Gemma from Wayne's Transport. I'm coming to deliver a load of barley to you.
No, you didn't.
No?
No, you got the wrong number again. I've already told him once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I live in a bungalow in Kingsbridge, and I don't know what I'm going to do with a 20-ton load of barley.
Right, okay. This is the number they've given me. Please.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, Gemma.
Hi, all right?
How's it going?
I rang the farmer, and it's not the farmer.
Yeah.
Have you rung him already?
No, I rang them on Friday. Let me try them again, see if I can get another number.
All right. Well,
That's the only I can do, yeah.
Anyway, my brake is up.
Drive safely.
I'm going to have to just go as far as I can and hope that I'm going the right way. I head all the way down the A303 and the A30 until I get onto the M5 and I go southbound. At the end of the M5, I stay to the right so that I take the A38. And then as the road forks again, I stick to the right again to stay on the A38. I stay on the A38 for about 20 miles before I come off to head towards Totnes. Just pulled into a lay-by and I'm going to give the farmer a quick ring. 4. That looks like too many numbers.
You've dialed an incorrect number. Please check the number and try again.
Hi, Gemma.
Hi, alright?
How's it going?
That number's saying that I'm dialing an incorrect number.
67.
Oh, I've got 077867.
Oh, sorry, no, it's 07867.
So it's the same, just single
Yeah,
7
it's
at the beginning.
8. Is it? Yes. Alright.
Yeah, no
Ta-da.
worries. Alright.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye. Right, again. Right, hopefully this will work. Hello, it's Gemma from Wayne's Transport. I'm coming to deliver a load of barley to you.
Yes.
Whereabouts do I need to come to get it to you? Through Totnes?
Yes, come off at the 8:38 there, Buckfast Street, come into Totnes.
Yeah,
Are you looking at a map at the moment?
I am, yeah.
Now, when you're turning right there, you'll be seeing road restrictions and road blocks and all that. None of that applies, all right?
Right.
Sharp 90-degree left.
Yeah,
A little 4 cross roads, but the road itself goes around 90 degrees left.
yeah.
So you go around that sharp 90-degree left then, and immediately in front of you now, before that you'll be even fully straightened up, there's another fork on the road.
Right, okay. I think I've got you. It should be about sort of half hour-ish.
No problem, there's a young chap there in the yard, he'll help you to clip it.
Right.
Okay, no problem.
Now that that's finally sorted, I carry on down the A384 towards Totnes. Coming up to the traffic lights in Totnes, there are a few animals hidden in the bushes, just like this white rhino, which is very rare to find in England. I take the right-hand turn at the traffic lights, and this takes me down the A385 towards Kingsbridge. I need to turn off just short of Kingsbridge, at this turn in here where there is a car waiting to come out. And it also tells me about some weight and length restrictions, but I'm not going quite as far as the bridge with these restrictions on it. And I also have right of access to the farm, where the 7.5 tonne weight limit would apply. I need to pass through quite a narrow village and navigate through some of the residents' parked cars. I get to the fork in the road, and if I had gone straight on, that would have taken me to the bridge with the weight limit. But instead, I've taken the left-hand fork, and I have a 6'6" width restriction instead, and my truck is about 8 foot wide. But because I am delivering to the farm, I do have the right of access. When I get to the next fork in the road, I notice that the next lane has grass growing in the middle of the road, which normally means that not much traffic uses this lane. Sometimes that is a good thing and sometimes it's a bad thing. Good because it means that I probably won't meet anything, but sometimes it's bad because there must be a reason why people don't use the lane. And eventually the farm comes up on my right hand side.
Where am I tipping? I reckon it's down there, you know. Has to be. Ain't gonna be down there, that's sort of cow area. I reckon it's in one of these sheds here by the looks of it. I'm gonna come over here because if I have got back in, I'm sure that looks like some sort of grain there. No idea. Well, he did say somebody would be down here to tip me, but better go and have a look for someone, I guess. I've been around the farm and looked absolutely everywhere. It's a really big place. I've ended up having to ring the farmer again, and he said they're probably on lunch. It's 1:30 now, so I'd have thought they'd be back by now. He's told me which shed to tip in, and he said tip it on the left hand side as you're looking in. Well, there's a trailer in there at the moment, so I can't tip it in that corner. He's gonna ring somebody and they're gonna come out and see me apparently.
I wait for about 10 minutes and then the chap turns up to move the trailer out of the way so that I'm able to tip.
Try and keep it against the wall as much.
Yeah, alright. Okie dokie.
The door of the shed doesn't actually look too bad to back into, but I don't have a huge amount of space in front of me, so I need to make sure that I am in just the right position to slowly kink the trailer round into the shed. So I take it steady and hope that it will go in one. Once I think I'm in the right position, I get out to check. Everything looks good, so I can open my tailboard. Then I can get back in the cab and start tipping the body up, being aware that the roof is very low on this shed. Barley tends to come out quite easily, so I should have just enough room to get it all out. And I do double check the height of my trailer to the roof, whilst also checking my weigher to see how much is coming out. Once it seems like it's stopped coming out, I move forwards to give it a little bit more room to get the whole load out. And then once I think it's all out, I get out and have a look at the back, just to make sure. And yes, most of it is out, just a light dusting on the floor. So I pull away from the pile slightly so that I can get behind the trailer to get in and sweep out. As you can see, there is not much left in the trailer, but it definitely does need a good sweep out. I'm pretty sure that I'm loading grain for my next load, but a different type of grain. Once I'm happy it's clean and tidy, I can do the tailboard up. And I'm ready for my next load. I pull outside as I know that the lad wants to come in to push the barley up so that it doesn't contaminate any other products. And then I will stop to confirm with the office what I am doing next.
Hi, John.
Hi, alright?
How's it going?
Not too bad. I've just tipped up at that placing
Oh, yeah?
thingy. Am I still loading out of near here?
Yeah. If you've got any details?
Yeah, it's for oats, isn't it? Is it oats?
Yeah. Give him a ring. He's at a funeral. He said he was hoping to be back by about 1ish.
Oh,
so
right.
he should be able to get. If you can't get hold of him, he said just head on down. But Dean went down on Friday and loaded.
Ah, right. I'll give Dean a ring then.
All
right. Cheers.
Okay.
Cheers.
Bye.
This is the Vodafone voicemail service.
It's not working. So I'll probably ring Dean.
Good afternoon.
Hello, alright?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm after some directions to a farm that you loaded out the other day down near Kingsbridge.
Oh, right, yeah. Obviously, I was was following him in the mule as well, you see, so...
Yeah. It's the entrance, like you... Oh, I think he might be ringing me back.
Alright.
Alright, cheers, Dean.
Alright, bye.
Hello?
Hi.
Hiya, it's Gemma from Wayne's Transport. I'm coming to collect a load of oats from you.
Yeah.
I should be there sort of in about 45 minutes to an hour, if that's okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Ideal. Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Alright,
Thanks a lot.
cheers. Cheers, bye.
Yeah.
Right, let's get out of here. If I can remember my way out. I reckon this is going to be a bit tricky getting out of here, you know. Only just went round.
For this farm, there is only one way in and one way out, so I have to go back down the lane that I came in on to get back to the main road, the A381. But it's not all bad, the views from here are amazing. I need to go back through the narrow village, but this time I meet a couple of cars, so we need to gradually edge round each other. According to Google Maps, this journey will take me about 45 minutes, but being in a larger, less manoeuvrable vehicle, I always add on a little bit more time when giving the farmer my ETA. This route will take me up through the village of Modbury, which is notoriously tight and has a number of awkward corners, but today I've been quite lucky and haven't met any traffic on the awkward spots. I head from the narrow main road into a slightly narrower lane, and I need to stay on this road for a few miles. I thought I hadn't been to this farm before, but I'm starting to recognise different bits about this lane. And as I turn into a narrower lane again, I'm pretty sure I have been down here before. I may recognise the farm when I get there.
Aha. This is it, I think. I get in here? That is the question. Alright. Do you want me sort of there, backed up there?
You want me back in?
Oh yeah. In the dry?
Back in and dry. It's
Yeah, I
easier
do.
for you as well, isn't it?
Well, yeah, true. Do you want me as close to the middle of the shed as possible, so you got more height? Yeah.
The farmer would like me to back into the shed so that he can load me in the dry, which is a sensible option in this weather. Some farmers wouldn't have the option to do this, but luckily this one does. The door of the shed isn't very high, but the farmer watches me back to check, and it looks like I have plenty of room to get in under. And because my cab height is the same height as my trailer, I know that I'm going to be able to get right in. And this is one of the reasons why I love having a low cab on this job. It makes situations like this so much easier.
Do you want me to move forward when you filled up the front?
No,
Are you alright there?
Once I take my sheet off, the farmer is able to start loading.
The farmer's given me the grain passport, and I said something on the last video, because the sticker, I said, oh, the sticker's got the date October 2024. Well, that's the date that it expires. Because somebody said, oh, we're not even in May yet. It's not the date of today, it's the date when it expires. So as long as it's within the, before the expiry date, it's good to go. Just to clear that up. Just fill in the rest of it.
While he loads the first bit, I grab a quick drink and have a quick check on my map to see where I need to go next. This is a load of oats, and because oats are quite light, it's sometimes hard to get the weight onto the trailer. I thought the weather was starting to warm up, but I've just been out there now and it is horrible. It's so cold. It's rainy and drizzly and cold. Typical English weather.
I'm just going to give it a quick shove back and forwards because it is very high. It was quite cold up, so I thought, well, don't want to spill any, do you? Not really.
It's easier when it's in here than out there.
Well, yeah, true. Cheers.
Speaking to the farmer, it turns out that I haven't been to this particular farm before, but I have been to another part of his farm close to here.
I'm a bit worried about that corner up there because it was quite low as you went in. But yeah, it's alright. Yeah, loads of room coming out. Loads of room.
I need to head back through all the lanes, back the way I came down to the farm to meet up with the A379. This is quite a narrow A road and passing cars are fine, but anything bigger can be a little bit tricky. However, on this occasion, I meet the bus in just the right place, where the road widens slightly. After being in a maze of narrow lanes and farms for around 5 hours, I'm finally back onto the A38. I'm heading north with this load, up to Crewe. So I carry on to the M5 to continue heading north. I need to stop for another break to use the rest of my driving time on a day where I'm going to use a 10-hour drive, so I pull in to Taunton Dean Services and get my stuff ready to go for a shower. My bag packed up, my co-op bag for life, and I'm off to have a shower. In there could be really, really nice, but unfortunately they just do not clean it. I'm going to make a cup of tea for my last stretch of the journey. So my brake is up, so time to get as far as I can on the 1 hour 36 I've got left on my 10. 2.5 hours left on a 15-hour day, so I will go into a 15, but I won't use all of it. I head back out onto the M5 and continue going north. Best case scenario is that I get about half an hour past Bristol. There's somewhere that I know I can stop for the night, but I've also planned a few contingency stops just in case I hit traffic. My journey up goes well and I didn't need to use my contingencies. I pull into the industrial estate and I spot another Wayne's lorry, but there's no sign of Chris the driver. I've got a little bit of driving time left, so I go up and turn round tonight rather than waiting till the morning. That's it, thank goodness. I am done. Today has been a 14.25 hour day working and 9 hours and 49 minutes driving. Ain't too bad. I got a fair bit done today. A lot of it was in slow lanes and roads, so you don't go as far. I did 665 kilometres, so not loads, but mainly because I was on slow roads eating up my driving time. For tea, I have homemade soup, which is in the microwave, and I have some bread and butter as well. Really doesn't look like much. It looks quite disgusting, but it's absolutely delicious. Thanks for watching.